Washley, this is Nav.
Hey, pilot, do we want to
Go ahead, Nav. Go ahead, Nav.
Hi, so we
Looks
are
like with the hill,
looking high back.
kinda
We're
get a little
just
bit
at
close.
about
I mean,
waypoint 2.
probably
Okay.
like a meter and a half
So
clearance
now,
or so.
do you want to keep going sideways on the ridge
Okay for now.
or on the slope, or would
Copy.
you like to keep going up?
I don't think we're allowed to go up any further than 250 meters.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I think
Well, then
we
that
need to
solves
just
that.
follow the contour
I'll
for
copy that.
250.
In whatever direction most suits the ROV.
Right.
Copy. I will.
But that's my
talk to pilot,
understanding. Yeah.
And yeah, I'll get back to you.
All right.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So pilots,
Yep.
we're just at about waypoint 2,
Okay.
and so we're at 258, and I suppose we're not allowed to go above 250. I heard.
That's what I've been told.
Yes. That's
So-
we're not supposed to.
Okay.
Oh, good. We're all in agreement there.
Yeah.
So then it's what direction
Can we zoom in on those?
do you feel most comfortable maneuvering the RV against or with current? Is pretty much where we're at.
Stand by one. Deb, what are those?
Oh, up the right-hand corner.
Okay.
But Diva didn't seem very excited about zooming in on them.
Oh, you're asking her.
Thanks
Okay.
for telling everybody on air that.
Sorry, I thought you were asking me.
No, I
Oh,
apologize.
Oh, can we zoom in on the
fish.
fish, please?
Fish. See?
That's one of the commercial species.
That's what I was trying to go for. You
Sorry,
just didn't
Nav.
see it.
Repeat your last.
Yeah, please, if we can
yeah, I was
take a
just
look
gonna
at
say,
this
so we're at
fish,
waypoint
it's
2, we
going to
can't
be
go
in
higher,
the
so
genus
Analyst.
Prismacolores, sure,
depends what
and it is
direction
going to
we
be a
go,
commercially valuable one.
Probably wanna
against
go-
or with the current.
We'll get a good, after this, we'll
Yeah.
get a good feel for the current. We probably want to go.
Do you want me to take the
against it.
tilt, pilot?
I got it. You can come on in, video.
Oh, look at his colors. Brilliant.
Holding
That is
course.
beautiful. We've really seen just amazing fish today.
Yeah, fish have definitely been the highlight of this dive.
So what kind of fish is this?
Keep coming. Hold down.
Pristipomoides, which are the...
He's having a rough time here.
Chris, can you tell us a little bit about
We
this fish?
call these things,
Joltfish.
I'll tell you a little bit, and it looks like I've got some confirmation from Brian Green on that, who also thinks it's the thing. So in Hawaii, we call these yellowtail collies, or yellowtail collie, and they're not. When fishermen catch them, they would put them in the ice box, but they don't actually target them. They target some of the other ones, but it tends to be a smaller one, not the biggest Pristipomoides out there, but they're very beautiful, and they're characterized by that very yellow upper lobe of their dorsal fin.
He's getting in tight.
Come out. I'm gonna come out. Just touch.
Yeah, thanks.
He's
Okay, come
inside the white
Come
pool.
forward. He's gonna. Maybe he'll swim into the rock box.
Do you have any idea how big this? There's the lasers right there.
I'll try to get it right on him. There you go.
So maybe about 20 centimeters?
Yeah, about 20-25 centimeters, Chris.
Yeah, so I don't know if Dave or Brett or Brian, knowing about the size of this fish here in the Marianas, I would say this is probably a
Okay, let's
teenager sub-adult size in my opinion, but I'm not sure how big we get here.
Well, Nav, let's see. I guess we can go. How's the ship set up? I guess we can go up current here.
Copy that.
So I'll mention a couple other things.
So should I
Collie are
pull
kind
up
of
a little bit and you get
a
underneath
funny
me, or
bottom fish in the
You're
sense
okay.
that they're a
I'll just
schooling
track you as you
fish.
go along the...
They seem to
So
feed
how do you
in the
wanna,
water columns, but they
travel?
also are
Do
very
like
site attached and
serious
like
kind
to
of angle?
stay pretty close
As you also go
to the
or do
substrate.
you just want to have
And
the
I think it's
slope
because
at Ceros
they
is
are
cool.
one of the smaller bottom fish out here, and again are maybe are
Facing
more
slope.
susceptible to predation. and so they just perhaps are not quite so comfortable getting further up in the water column. But you'll often see aggregations of hundreds of these things that are maybe just a couple meters off the bottom.
Let's keep careful track on the sonar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
240, and you can maybe split the difference to Copilot.
Copy.
Split the difference of 240 and Copilots?
No, you go 240. I was telling him.
Oh,
you can split
sorry.
the difference with
Copy.
his heading.
Just want to do 30
Sorry,
meters
keep
or?
a good visual
Yeah.
on the,
Copy.
Yeah, 30 is good. Okay, I'm trying here.
all right above you.
Bridge, this is Nav. Hi, can I get a ship move of 30 meters at 240 degrees
full
at
forward.
0.2 knots? Good copy. Thanks, Bridge.
Oh. I was originally saying this way because kind of makes sense with how the ship is aligned too,
Yeah.
but
We might
this might be really hard. Come again?
There's a eel center
Okay.
lower third.
Gotcha, I can barely hear you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Bridge. Sorry.
That's alright.
Yeah, can we have another zoom on the Samora eel, please?
Go ahead and
Just
Brian.
because they're visually stunning.
Is this the second one we've seen?
Oh, it could be the same guy, but
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Okay.
Wow, he's really fighting that current.
And Chris had been talking earlier about how they like to swim on their sides, that's a preferred method for them of movement.
Oh boy. Just want to see him eat something here. Okay, come part. I can't chase him too much further downhill. Just let him go, Brian.
All right, you're basically wide.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, pilots.
Sure. Got some ground to make up.
Watch leads, this is Nav.
Go ahead, Nav.
So we're attempting to go up current at about 240. We're not making a
Much
lot
headway.
of headway, so
Okay.
we're going to keep trying for a little. And then if this doesn't work well, we're just going to do the exact opposite direction.
Okay, great.
Sure.
I don't know if we're still swinging Nav, but it looks like we're creeping a little bit closer.
Copy that, Copilot. I'll keep it on sonar, and if it gets any worse, I can adjust the move of the ship to move us away from slope.
Copy. What's the move again, Nav?
So we're moving at 240,
240. Copy.
which lines up with high pack, but we'll see.
Alright, I'm a little more comfortable here.
Guys, I think someone has an open mic on shore. Perhaps. Could you please check all your mics? We're hearing a little bit of background noise.
Yeah, so if you're going to face kind of along the slope, co-pilot will want to keep an eye on just this slant distance here.
Yeah.
So we're still moving
Yeah,
upslope. We are
was
trying
gonna
to get
raise
up
the
to
alarm
the
if we got closer to
250
12
meter
and a half.
contour.
Yeah, I'm
We're
keeping my
just
eyes
a
on that, too.
few
So the next move I can move
few
maybe
meters
to
off of that right
250.
now.
I'll move Sirius a meter or two away from
at
it.
257.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What's the water temp now?
It's a great question. Let's find out. The water temperature. Oh, the water temperature is almost 16 degrees C. So it's been getting warmer as we've been moving, which is not unsurprising.
Do you know what the surface water temperature is?
I do not.
I mean, probably between 26 and 28 degrees centigrade.
Thanks.
Way out there, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, you're pretty far out.
Yeah, ship move's just about done. Do you want me to
Okay.
put another one in
Yeah,
since you're so far out?
Put another one, yeah.
All right, I'll make it 250 just to
Okay.
move Sirius a little away.
Copy that.
Bridge, this is Nav.
Wow, that's a
Hi,
lot.
can I add a ship move of 30
we'll take
meters
off the
at 250 degrees at 0.2 knots?
what?
Good copy. Thanks,
So
Bridge.
one thing I'm a bit surprised at here is the lack of sort of small planktivores in the water column that may come down and use some of the holes here. There aren't tons
So
of holes
hauling
at the
in, we
substrate
just got
here
pretty close
here
to
for
the
them
12
to
and a half mark.
hide in, but it sort of brings up the question
Yeah,
what
and I just
those
put the move in
bottom
to
fish are
move you a
eating.
little away from it.
Some of the benthic ones will eat squat lobsters,
Thanks,
things
Bridge.
like that, but a lot of them depend on small fish that live close to the bottom also, which we really haven't seen.
And do you think that's maybe because of the very strong current here, Chris?
Yeah, you could. That could be it. That could be exactly it. They may not be able to hold station in this kind of current.
Anything in there? Nope.
Okay, I'm starting to catch
So
up to you a
Nav,
little
how's our
bit now.
progress?
Okay.
Are we managing along this?
Actually, yeah, we're doing pretty good, actually. I just put another ship move in because D2 was able to make so much headway.
Oh, great.
So if you're happy with this, we're just going to keep doing this.
I mean, give us a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty challenging.
Fish.
It's not a
There's a fish just coming out behind the rock that's going under your right skid.
right. We did make headway, but I was like 100% forward and
Okay.
Half
It's kind of
flats
stressful
all the way.
on D2. Would you want to reverse? I think it's gone.
I don't know. I don't know if going the other way is better. I think it would just cause problems with the tether and Sirius, but we can chat about it again when Other
Is that a
people
coral
coming
on the top left that's going out of view right now?
See it still, Brian?
No, it took one look at you and ran downhill.
Copy.
Swam downhill.
What was that, watch lead?
Oh, I thought I saw a coral, which is now in the center, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because, again, I'm not a biologist.
Okay.
Oh, there's something else waving in the breeze over on the left-hand side. So, shore-based science team. Might be worth having a little chat right now because we are almost at 250 meters. Our original idea was to just try to lateral along this contour, depending which the direction would be dependent on which way the ROV pilots felt more comfortable. I guess my concern, and this comes entirely from a non-biologist perspective, is that we don't appear to be seeing a lot. So could you guys weigh in and tell us what we might want to do next? Is moving along the contour still the preferred option?
That's what we've been doing for the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah,
really.
that's not very long,
And
but-
we're not. Yeah, as Deb was saying, we just haven't seen very much, and we have 3 hours left in this dive. So I think we need to reevaluate.
Can you tell us what the other options are?
Well,
I think we need to have someone provide some other options if we would like to do something different. Oh, is there somebody to zoom in on the center bottom right there?
Back to
Yeah,
where the
we are
fish
going
were.
to do that. So
So
that
go down to that depth and follow.
have to lateral anymore.
So this is Chris, and Deb, I'm sure you saw Alan's email that he just sent a few minutes ago,
Yep.
where he was having discussions with other members at NIMS, National Marine Fisheries Service, and they were actually hoping that we would do some more surveys in the 250 to 300 meter
Okay.
range, which we're in right now.
Okay.
So my choice would be, since we're already kind of at the upper limit, maybe just to continue surveying along in this depth, perhaps varying it a little bit up and down if you'd like to. But it's sort of a unique opportunity for them to get some information in the bottom fish depth range.
Absolutely. Okay, we will talk with the ROV pilots about that possibility. But meanwhile, here we are looking at stuff.
I'm gonna come
so
back just
currently
to
we
touch
can see
the front of it.
one of the stalked
Got it.
crinoids that I don't think we've seen before, at least on this dive. And it's holding on to that bryozoan or hydroid or whatever that is, very, very tightly. There's also
Yeah, it looks like we're getting a little bit deeper, Nav, so that's good.
That's good.
I think that's an octocoral, Diva.
okay, an
Yeah, so it
octocoral.
looks
Thanks, Scott.
pretty good.
As
Should
well
be
as there's
stopped
some
too, so
tunicates on the rock
we should be
around
pretty
it.
stationary
What
right
were the
now
black
until we
ones
decide
that were
what
to the
do
top
next.
and bottom of this?
Pilots, could we zoom? Can
They're
we
already
tilt
there.
up?
They're
Yeah.
so good. So what are those?
Aren't these the ones we were seeing earlier in the dive?
I don't know. I'm having fun today. It's like playing Stump the Diva
ahead,
Biologist.
There's also lots of little squat lobsters and. So wasn't this? We were saying this was a plexaurid, some type of gorgonian.
Calcigorgia? Is that what they're,
I
is
think
that for
this is
another?
what the one was we zoomed in on before, and we
Yeah.
guessed Flexord. We weren't certain. Is it possible to get a closer view of the previous one we were on, which
Absolutely.
is confusing? And there was also something,
This one?
not sure if there was something on the base, the stem, that whitish one that we were just on previously.
White one.
Is it still down?
Pilots, could we zoom in on the base?
Yeah, sorry, this one,
Couple
the
partial.
delay again in the video.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess
the one
it's
we
more
wanted.
pinkish.
Yeah.
Copy.
There's also something, isn't there something on the base? I can't tell if that's an anemone or if
Back
the
in, yeah.
skeleton itself is swollen.
You let me know when we're close, co-pilot.
So, Scott, I think
You're
it might be a
getting
little
there.
bit hard
They're
to
at 70
see
right
the
now.
base easily because of the current, but they're going to try.
Sure.
They look like
Yeah, there's
barnacles.
obviously a really good current whipping through here.
Mm-hmm.
As good as we're going to
And
get.
the colony may be moving too fast for us to get a good look at the polyps anyway.
Yeah, they were just saying this is as good as it's going to get, Scott. So
Looks like we're
Perhaps
So
those
the
swollen
question
bits
is
could
we're
be
trying to
barnacles.
figure out whether this,
Come again, video. Come on.
this is a primnoid or some other coral. And
Sorry.
Sorry.
if it's a
Check your
primnoid,
way up.
it could be something in the genus
Think it was
Phenelia,
the timing
although
thing.
Asako
I'm
and
getting
Scott
on top of you now.
have
Did you wanna-
another possibility
Did you
in
want another
mind.
tight shot, Brian?
So
No,
it may
I'm
wind
good.
up
Okay.
sort of being a mystery, which it is.
Yeah, I think it'll stay a mystery, and we were guessing Calcigorgia, which would be interesting because that's really
Yeah, push
Aleutians
ahead.
and Japan genus. As far as I know,
Sit down.
it doesn't get
Hopefully that'll
this
help
far
the
south,
glare.
or it hasn't been collected yet. I'd love to hear what Asako has to say about that.
Did you say crestus, coral, and algae? Thank you. And what would the significance of that be?
That it's photosynthetic, exactly.
I was asking Brian. Now this is Watch Lead.
Yes, Watch Lead, go ahead.
So can you give me an update on how it's going up there, and then we could maybe chat about next steps?
Yeah, so we are able to make forward progress, but it is difficult. So I don't know if Pilot would want to do this much longer.
So these type of
big fish
larger ledges and
drifting
things
with
are
kind of
often
like this
where
in the boulder.
some of the fish like to
So
hide
if you
under.
have a
Well, it's
preference,
kind
Can
of
we get a zoom on
difficult
this
to look
fish,
under 'em
please?
with this steep of slope. Oh, there's one right there.
We can
Brandon,
talk
look,
over
these,
with the pilots and see
another bottom
what
fish
they'd be most
species that's
comfortable with.
commercially valuable.
All there.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to come up with something.
Yeah.
Wide.
Wow, that fish went fast.
Okay, let's raise this with the scientists
I
ashore.
think he's gonna live here, so we can kind of come back. Yeah, Watch Leads. It's just a struggle to push against the current. I mean, we can do it for sure. It's just it'll be a little gain for a lot of.
Oh, there's the fish, just onto the bottom right.
Okay.
It's like ADHD.
Yeah.
Look, it's a
You mean
fish.
the same fish here?
Yeah, I think we'd like to try to get a zoom on if we can. That is not a cooperative fish.
He's not going to go too far. I'll bet that's his hidey hole right there.
Was
What
this
were you saying?
fish genus named after Jack Randall?
Just
Jack
me
Randall?
or
John
Chris
Randall?
You got it, Diva.
Yeah, Jack Randall.
Who's
Yeah.
Jack Randall?
He's like the fish guy of the Pacific.
Okay.
If you can just get him in the light pool, let's try and zoom.
Go ahead.
Put in?
hold there.
Put in video?
Sorry, wasn't talking to you.
Oh, sorry. Oh, can we zoom on that purple? Looks like a Victor Gorgia or something.
Are we done with fish?
Yes, thank you.
Hold there video.
So now this is Watch Lead.
Yes.
All right, now that it's a little quieter.
Come
One of the
on,
things
video.
that we were hearing from the shore-based science team is that
Wrong slide.
it might be nice to sort of move up and down from the 250 to 300 meter.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
if
Come back
that
in.
would work, I don't know if that's even a possibility.
I can talk to pilots. It's kind of steep
Yeah.
to slowly go down, but we
That's-
could do, say, jumps to 300 and then come back up to 250.
Yeah.
That might be
Oh, is
possible.
that a purple bryozoan?
Let
That's
me ask
beautiful.
if that's a.
Just
Let me
stand
ask if
by
that's
our
a
way and
good,
I can
reasonable.
Okay,
you know,
and
thing
then I'll
for
talk
them
to
to want.
pilots and I'll see if
What did you say that was,
feel comfortable
Scott?
with it.
A bryozoan. Purple bryozoan?
Yeah, that's what Chris said.
That was Chris.
Oh, Chris, sorry.
Oh, no problem. I don't know my bryozoans. That was just a guess, but
Okay,
what a
come on, you can
gorgeous
get a little tighter.
colony there. So for the bottom fish fishery, these blocks, I don't know if there's any way to target these type of larger rock formations,
Hey,
but that's
pilots.
your best chances
So,
of finding
update on
some of the species they're
what we're trying
interested
to
in.
do. So,
So
from
yeah, if we
shoreside,
can
there
move
was
around,
interest
and
to try
then
to
if they spot anything maybe on
go
scanning
from
sonar or
explore
something,
the
they can
300 to 250
take a look,
meter
head over in that direction.
I know
But
it's gonna be
who
really
knows
hard
if
for
that
us
would
to go
work or
down
not.
Yeah.
So,
I don't see
Chris,
that happening.
So I
this
didn't
is
know if
not,
is it
I think, the
possible,
easiest
to
type
do
of
Haas
dive
300 and then
for
just come
the
up to
pilots right now.
250 like we did before.
And the question,
I'm
you had
not
said something
sure.
about maybe
Let's get the
moving
zoom here.
between
Yeah,
250 and
talk to
300. And the only way that they'd be able to do something like that is if they actually jumped down the slope and then drove back up again from 300 to 250. Is that something you're interested in, or do you want to just try to stay at this contour?
There we go.
If that's the case, I'd rather just stay at the contour because when they're running along contour 2, not only can they see things on the surface of the seafloor, but they're also seeing things just off, swimming just off the slope. And it would be great if we could actually document a school of one of the schooling bottomfish species.
Okay.
All right, I can relay that.
We clear here, Watchley?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, video.
Hi, this is Asako from Chiba Institute of Technology,
All
Japan.
right, Sean.
Hi, Asako.
In order for us to get back down to 300, we have to come off the slope.
I would like to quick
Yeah.
note
Blue water
that
and then go
in
back down.
Japanese
I
water,
think I just
the
heard,
range
though, that they
between
would rather just stay at
100
this
to
contour then,
200 is
as
the
opposed to doing
highest
that.
species
So, next question
diversity
is,
in octo coral.
would you want to keep going this way or turn
And it has
around?
been
I think this
recorded
way
more
makes
than
the most
600
sense.
species of octo coral in
I
Japan,
will,
and
Wow.
Zoom under the ledge
23%
there.
of
What is that?
species are collected from this depth range.
It's a
Did you say
sand
between 100 and 200 meters?
Yeah, looks like it.
No,
dollar? Okay, come on.
no. I just wanted to mention that the shallow depth is
Yeah, let's
could
get
be
another
the
zoom in.
highest species
direction.
diversity area for this
Copy.
region.
I'm just going to let Washley
And I'm
say
sure
what it
that's true not only of
that's a-
Japan, but perhaps also many other places in the world. So thank you very much, Asako, for those awesome statistics.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing that you've got so many
watch
there
it
off of
snap.
Japan in this depth range.
Yeah, I think I overheard that. So they would rather just stay at this contour? Yeah, so pilot's comfortable to keep going this route, and it makes sense with the ship
Think up there.
orientation. So if you're fine with this, we're just going to
go partial.
keep following
Yeah,
it
go ahead. Yeah.
like this.
Nope. Oh, no, right.
Oh.
Nice. There's a little one.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll forward that. Thank you.
He's hiding.
Yep.
Oh, there's
Oh,
another
here he
one.
comes. What kind of
That's a
fish is that?
squirrelfish.
Does look like that. Doesn't
Bridge the snap.
Let's see if we can get
That's
this
a
guy.
squirrelfish.
Yeah.
A squirrel fish?
See if we
Yeah.
can get this guy through the.
Can I get a ship move of
Yeah,
30
squirrelfish
meters
in the
at
family hole,
250
essentially.
degrees at
Just dead
0.2
ahead.
knots?
Awesome.
That fish went in there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't think they're going to see.
Okay.
I think we
Good
saw.
copy. Thank you, Bridge.
I think we saw enough of that fish to get an ID on it.
Yeah, we did.
Good. Try
Thank you, pilots.
adjusting one
Ready?
of the lowers
Yeah,
to
come on.
get light up
Oh,
over
there's-
there.
All right, pilots, I put in that move, and then just heads up, Washlead said that these type of rocks with overhang
Yeah.
are really good targets for them to look at. So if you see these
Okay.
as we move along, that's a good spot
Okay.
to focus on.
Come wide with you if
You
you're not
are.
already. Thanks.
Thank you.
Did you get that ship move in?
Thanks, Bridge. Yeah, ship move is in 250, 30 meters.
Copy.
Yeah.
Copy that.
You're kind of far out. right
Yeah.
now. So it's nice and easy coming back.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah. I don't have to do anything.
D2's going to sleep well tonight.
Yeah. It will. Copilot, let me know if you see any of those big rock outcroppings in Sirius view. Probably be easier for you to see.
Copy that. Looks pretty clear in the light pool right now.
Okay.
There's a coral left
Yes.
side. Got it.
Yeah. Just caught it.
Any chance we could look at that white thing that's in the center of the screen right now?
Push in or
Push in, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two we're going to look at, Chris. So a couple more of these stylasterids, the plexaurid, dark coloured one, lower in the lower screen, as well as these ones we haven't seen yet to the right. So it looks like part of it's the plexaurid, but part of it's dead, the left part of it, and then there are also some.
Okay,
Are those
come on in.
Comatulid crinoids? Maybe. And then on this rock we've also got these very purple tunicates, as well as the white and yellow stylasterids.
Okay, video.
All right, that's full.
Okay.
This also has a tiny anemone growing on it, as well as some hydroids. Can we just
Take the tilt.
pan to the right a bit, please?
Coming right.
And then a little bit tilt down.
Tilting down.
Okay, we just if we could focus on what are potentially the crinoids. Yeah, they are crinoids. So there's two different species of crinoid here, unless they're different color morphs of one species. Comatulid crinoids holding on to this octocoral that is not dead, but just has its polyps retracted. As well as I think there are some barnacles on the stem as well. Okay, that's great. Thank you, pilots.
Sure, you want to come partial video? Anything else here we want to look at? Okay. Doesn't sound like it.
All right, coming full.
Okay. Thanks.
Full.
Okay, I'm going to give it back to you.
Copy. Thank you.
Yeah, and that ship move just ended.
Okay. Give it a minute before we get another one in.
Yeah, I'm starting to get
Yeah,
on top
copy.
of you. Looks like there's a rock.
Superficially,
your
there's
right.
just
Yeah, I see that. Nice.
not very much. It appears to not be very much. Oh, there's a fish there to the left. Did I just imagine that? Red, left, center. Is it a fish? Might be a rock.
Where?
It's way too still to be anything now, I'm thinking.
Where?
Center, dead center.
Come on in.
I think you got it. I think
Oh,
it's
it
a
is.
scorpion
It's a fish. No, it's a batfish.
Okay.
Wow, I missed that completely.
No, but it's a fish, all right. It's a
Come on.
Tanax, I think. It's upper, sort of middle right upper right now. coming right into the middle of the
Yeah.
screen, that flat pancake-like thing.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So what did you say this was, video? A batfish?
That's what I call it in shallow water.
We are
This looks like
shallow
an
water.
Ogocephalidae. Do you
Give it a
agree?
tilt down,
Yeah.
co-pilot.
Yeah, I
Take it.
agree.
Got it.
Hey, Green,
Solosiscuma?
I'm taking back my Chonex ID.
All right, holding.
Yeah, Oglocephalidae. Ogcocephalidae. Geez, who comes up
Tilt
with
down
these
a little
names?
bit.
Go ahead.
Not a Chonax.
Tilting.
A Solosiscuma, I think.
Okay.
I wonder what the common name for these are.
Oh my gosh.
Tilting.
It's the batfish.
Okay,
Goodbye,
there
video.
you go, video. Boom, batfish.
Full.
It's too bad your name isn't Robin, because I could have said, it's a batfish, Robin.
All right, pilot.
Wait.
Are you ready for that move?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to make it a 240 this time at 30 meters.
We want to see a batfish with an armored robinfish.
Oh, geez. Now we got it going.
Bridge, this is
Batfish.
Nav. Can I get a
Batfish.
ship move of 30 meters at 240 degrees at 0.2 knots?
So there's a possibility that this batfish is in the genus
Tilt up.
Haluchiae or something like that. That's very weirdly spelled. They're typified by having a really round kind of body like that. I'll throw that out and see if some of the others bash the heck out of that idea or agree with it.
Coming
Wide.
wide.
Let's get it swimming.
Okay, that looks weird when it's swimming.
Tilt down.
Tilted down.
It's trying to escape.
Tilting up.
Can you kind of tilt up as I land here?
Will do.
Attempt to.
Do you want me to stop that ship move? Copy.
Come on in, video.
Tilted down.
Oh my god, this guy is so cool.
We've seen so many fish with these modified
A couple
fins that they
lasers.
used to sort of
Yeah.
stand on the... Ooh, there's a little red fish just behind
I'm coming just a little
this
bit better.
fish.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so many of these fish that tend to use their fins to sort of walk around or perch.
Is its tail cockeyed too?
Cockeyed.
Yeah, like it's coming off to the side?
No, I think that's just the way it's
This
angled
is-
right now.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know when you're clear, video.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, coming wide.
He's got a lot of whiskers. Are those sensory organs?
Full wide.
Copy.
Boy, I don't know. They could be sensory. They could be for camouflage purposes. I mean, he looks red right now, but with ambient light,
There you go.
with ambient light, he'd probably be invisible.
Nice spot, by the way.
Pay out.
Video, what GUI are you broadcasting? Mine or Copilot?
I suspect it should be Copilot, but let me tell you.
Okay.
No, it's actually yours.
Okay, good. I don't want to keep the relays up if I think they like to look at headings. Can we zoom right here?
I got it. I see what you're going for.
What is that?
It is a hermit crab with a cool looking shell.
Oh.
Oh yeah, can we get a quick zoom?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So I think this is a hermit crab living in a cone
All right,
cone shell. Oh, brilliant.
Do you want me to take the rotator?
Yeah.
Tilting down.
Just stand by.
Tis. So I think we see some of these.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Diving with this sort of orange-red banding.
Like scuba diving?
Yeah, sorry, scuba diving. I should have said.
No, I'm just curious.
Eva and Deb, did you see Dave's comment in the chat room? He basically said that batfish has not been, any member of that family has not been recorded in the Marianas before. I think it was you, Diva, that spotted it, but I could be mistaken, but he's considering that a great find.
It was me. At least I've done something useful in this time.
Sorry about that.
Good job,
It's
Diva.
my one contribution so far. So, Chris, because you live in Hawaii, is this similar to the, I can't remember the name of it, but it's some kind of pagurad that we have in Hawaiian waters at recreational diving depths, and it's got really, really hairy legs.
It could be, but also there's the stripes on the legs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look that up right now because there was something. I got to go find it in the gallery, see if I can. I don't remember its name off the top of my head.
Thank you, Bridge.
Okay, if we're done here, let's come full wide. We gotta catch back up.
Putting it to the edge of the skids.
Yeah, thanks.
Move is complete, pilots.
Okay.
Okay, so we have something in Hawaii in the genus Philiopagurus. It's a Diogeneity, and I'll punch that into the event log. But sure looks like it could be something very similar to that.
So did you turn?
Push forward, yeah, current's blowing. Right in your face, I think.
We still got time.
Ship is in position, so.
We're on shift together, Andy.
Yeah.
It's like Ghostbusters crossing the streams.
Matter and antimatter. So we have been moving around 250 to kind of very slowly go down the contour a little bit.
But we're keeping a depth of, you're keeping 250?
Yeah, we're not supposed to go above it.
Okay.
I'm at 250 now, and since we started moving along this contour, I've dropped down about 5
So if you've
meters.
just joined us, we are at a depth of 263 meters on Pharaon de Mendozia. Mendozia.
Close enough.
Okay. FDM, which is the smallest island, one of the smallest islands in the Marianas region. And we're diving, moving upslope. Well, we were moving upslope. We moved from a depth of about 500 meters to 250 meters. And now we're following the 250 meter contour around the island, pretty much. We had hoped to look for commercial species of coral as well as commercial bottom fish. Unfortunately, we didn't see any commercial species of coral, but we have seen quite a couple species of deep water snappers from the genus Pristopomoides. And we're continuing on this contour looking for more bottom fish. That's sort of what this dive has evolved into. We're going to be on the seafloor for about 2.5 more hours potentially. There are extremely strong currents in this area, so our pilots have been struggling a bit, and so as a result we'll see how much longer this dive goes on for.
All right, pilots, is heading 250. Degrees heading. Ship move. Look the right direction.
Sounds good.
Guys, is that fishing line down there? It seems like an awfully long dead coral if it isn't fishing line.
Bridge ROV nav.
Pilots,
yeah,
did you see that?
Move 30 meters.
Chris, where are you referring to?
250 degrees at a speed of 0.2 knots.
Dead center.
Go on in.
Yeah.
Good copy, Bridge.
Yeah, that looks anthropogenic, doesn't it? Is it? Yes. Come on, that looks pretty anthropogenic.
Thank you, Bridge.
Looks like a black coral skeleton to me.
Oh, okay. Scott, we're going to go with your ID.
I take the blame later, right?
At the bottom of the screen, there's another one.
Unless we collect it, we'll never know. So I think you're good.
That's an excellent point.
Is there a shrimp in that rock at the end of that line?
Fish right there.
Well, I'll go with Scott's ID. I'm supposed to report on lots of fishing gear that we see on these dives, so that saves me a little reporting task.
This seemed kind of thick for fishing line to me, Chris, and that black color and the spiral nature works perfectly with Stichopathes or Cirripathes. I think it's moving too much, but if it were nice and steady and you had a close zoom, you would see thorns or spines arising from it, but I don't think we'll be able to see that.
And Asako agrees with you, Scott. So in this view right now, we can see some side-asteroid corals as well as what we think may now be the skeleton of an Antipotherian, Stichopathes or Cirripathes. We had confused it with fishing line before, but we are now thinking natural, not anthropogenic impacts.
Something at that rock right there.
My video finally caught up with the close-up there. Really nice job in these conditions, and I could see those spines. That's definitely a black coral skeleton.
Thank you, Chris. I mean, Scott.
Tiny
Sorry.
fish.
Thank you, Scott.
Little baby.
Two totally different
Welcome,
people.
I know.
That was good, Scott. I enjoyed that.
I'm going to get some more tea.
Here we go. So what kind of fish is this?
Pull out?
So we're going to leave this as scorpionid. These things are a real bear to ID, frankly, and I certainly can't do very well with them except for that one pontinus. But perhaps some of the others, Brian or Dave or Brett might have better knowledge of scorpionids.
Can we try to hold the zoom on the fish a little bit longer?
Yeah, come on in.
We had it on there for quite a while, Science.
All right, I'm looking down at you about 65.
Thank you, video.
You got a little more
There are
time.
actually people who are specifically interested in the bottom fish that are on right now. They're trying to get frame grabs. Awesome, thank you.
Hey, come on out.
Pulling out.
What's your side tone set to, Roland?
Don't know. Feels pretty standard in my ear. Is my level low to you?
Yeah, it just sounds like you talk very, very softly.
Okay, I'll
As
check.
if you have like a lot of your voice in your ear.
Chris was complaining about the same thing when I was sitting over there.
All right, here's, while we're cruising along here, here's a fun fishing fact. Looking at that piece, the Stichopathy skeleton a little more, I realized it wasn't fishing line, probably because many bottom fishermen use what's called bloodline. It's a red sort of woven line, and it does not give at all. It's totally stiff, whereas your typical other types of fishing line actually give a bit and stretch a little bit. Reason the bottom fishermen don't use typical fishing line and use special bloodline or some equivalent is because they need to feel the fish biting the hooks 200 to 300 meters down below the surface. And the stretchy line will not get feel, but this line that doesn't stretch, they can feel them bite and know when to pull and set the hook.
Thank you, Chris. That was really interesting. I've never heard of bloodline before.
So you and I are basically moving at the same speed right this moment.
Let's come in on this coral as they come by.
Partial.
So there's a few more corals in the picture again?
Come on in.
Several, actually.
Partial.
So a couple stylasterids, a couple plexaurids. I'm not sure what that black one that looks like a feather is.
Come in tight.
Can we get it? Yeah.
Tight. Max zoom.
Oh, it's just got a whole bunch of algae caught upon it. Interesting.
Ship's in position, so.
Great, thank you, pilots.
Hey, coming up. Come on in.
I damaged this earlier and it turned out it was best closer to the base with less motion. That is a nice coral in the background.
A beautiful soft coral in the background.
I need to get up closer.
Here is one of the black corals that we were referring to. We just saw the skeleton earlier, and now here's one that's alive. Or is this an Ellis skeleton? I'm going to hang on a second now until I get a better view.
So this one that looks
Sorry.
like the one that looks like a whip coral.
Can we move
How
it
come it
closer?
only has polyps on the top? Is that gastropod or whatever it is eating them?
The
let's go
polyps
get
may
closer.
be retracted towards the base because of the presence of whatever's down there. Now that I can see this better, that whip is definitely an octocoral, so I'm guessing it's in the family Elliselidae. That thing you're looking at behind, I'm not sure if you saw earlier, that is a true soft coral.
Very cool.
A nephtheid, and I think it's what's referred to as a scleronephtheid.
We've actually seen a number of soft corals today, haven't we? Is that due to our depth range?
I don't know, I feel like...
Yes, I'm sorry, I was typing in the event log. The soft corals tend to be shallower. There aren't too many of
Yeah, you ready for another move?
soft coral genera.
Yeah.
So they basically inflate themselves. So instead of having an internal axial skeleton, kind of like branches of a tree, they're basically inflated so they can release a lot of water and reduce themselves, much like sea anemones do.
Wow. That is really, really cool. So we learn something new every day on our expedition.
Sorry, I just want to clarify for the event log. So, Scott, is that scleronephthia, is that in the Nephtheidae, or is it in a different family?
I will check that for you, Chris.